If you've got an iron, you've got a meal. Hi, I'm Becca Brand. And today on Iron Cook, we're going to make a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. I am in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on a boat. I'm going to catch a fish and cook it up with an iron to make our famous recipe, Filet-O-Fish. You may have heard about that recipe once or twice in your lifetime. It's a very popular recipe and one that I've had many times. First thing you need to do is you got to go catch that fish. Today meant taking a boat all the way through the Santa Barbara Harbor and looking at all those nice people as they were paddleboarding and they were canoeing and they were all having a nice time. Well, I was thinking of lunch. I was thinking it's time for fish. On this boat is a cute hot dog, but he is not lunch today. The boat moves. We are on the Pacific Ocean and there are swells. I'm going to have to bait a hook to catch that fish. That may not be easy, for I might have to touch slimy things with a barbed hook. We will need to drop a line into the ocean and we will go down with our line about 120 feet according to our captain, Dwayne. Dwayne Landis is a very good captain here in the Santa Barbara Harbor, and he has provided his lovely vessel for us to go fishing today to make our Filet-O-Fish sandwich. I am told we're on a reef. I am told the fish are hungry on the reef, and that's why they go to the reef to eat. So therefore, we might have good luck with catching a fish today. This recipe is dependent upon catching a fish. If we do not catch a fish, we will be making grilled cheese sandwich. One needs to follow their fishing pole to where the fish are. This line wanted to be on this side of the boat, so therefore we have moved positions, an important key part in fishing. One thing about fishing, if you don't catch a fish, you don't get to eat. So I'm very motivated to catch this fish today. Sometimes I fish for hours and hours, and I never catch a fish. That was not a very good day fishing, for I like to catch fish. People do all kind of pastimes as they're fishing and waiting for that fish. They might plan their life. They might do financial planning. They might think of their next vacation to a non-fishing destination. They might consider other people having fun elsewhere. They might think of the pretty town they came to visit, to fish in, like Santa Barbara, California, and like the beautiful harbor we have at Santa Barbara. They might consider wildlife near them. They might think very dark and very pessimistic thoughts, like if I don't catch this fish, I will have wasted a whole day trying to catch a fish that just wasn't to be had. So while we wait for our fish to bite, so we may eat him, we may consider beautiful things that surround our lovely day. We may be considering all those people having all that fun. We may wish we were there and not on the ocean where we're about to throw up. I have a little tummy issue at this time. Some fishing days are better than others. We gotta go back to shore to finish our recipe today. This is a calico bass that our trusty fisher person had previously caught in case I had a disaster at sea, which is what we saw earlier in the show. We got one. We are now going to harvest our fish. Harvesting the fish is not very hard to do. You need to whack them on the head. No, puppy dog. You need to be careful. There is not a hot dog in the shot of the Filet-O-Fish. Oh my God. This is a proper way to harvest a fish, I am told. Oh my God. This part of the recipe is completed. Place your fish on your cutting board. To properly fillet a fish, you cut it by the ear and you take it down through the belly, like so. The mouth is moving. I don't know. Is he dead? I'm confused. Oh boy, this is not easy. This fish fights back. There we go. And now we're gonna flip him. He gets flipped. He's quiet now. He seemed to move a little bit ago. I'm gonna hear him. Oh boy, that's not a good sight. And now we're going to cut down the meat side and leave the skin behind, for the skin has scales. This method of butchering a fish leaves us no scales to scale off that fish. We need to make our prayer circle now. This is earth to earth, dust to dust, fish to water. Say goodbye. Bing! All right. We now wash our hands for the next part of the recipe. At this part of the recipe, we turn our iron upside down to form a cooking surface. Place your cooking vessel on top of your inverted iron. We need to get corn oil on this cooking vessel in order for the fish to fry in it. Place 1/4 of an inch of your cooking oil in your cooking vessel. Onto our fish, we are moistening it with the oil, for it needs to have crunch, like the Filet-O-Fish that we know and love so well. Place breadcrumbs on your fish in order to provide a crunchy outer layer. You may rub them into the fish at this point. Rub that fish around in your breadcrumbs. because we're ready for our fish fry. Place your fish in that hot oil. The iron needs to be on high so as to achieve a sizzling temperature in the bottom of your oil. We are now going to prepare the sandwich. You'll need a hamburger bun, 1 slice of American cheese, and tartar sauce. Let's flip them. I see some nice color. Look at that golden brown. That means we're arriving. We're arriving to our Filet-O-Fish. He will need to fry on each side a minimum of 3 minutes each. It is appearing that the other side is cooking just as deliciously as the first side. For accuracy purposes, we must inspect the Filet-O-Fish sandwich to make sure that we recreate it upon the same way that they have created theirs. Bun, tartar sauce, fish fillet, and stick-to cheese. I believe that is cheese. That is a sticking mechanism. It is melted onto the Filet-O-Fish crispy wafer inside. We are now placing our cheese on our bun. And we have a bee. A little bee, go fly away home. I almost got stung. But he needs to go find a flower. I am not his treat today. Place a dollop of tartar sauce on the other side of that bun. And for even purposes, spread it around. I like a lot of tartar sauce. So now I'm placing the cheese on that side. Bing! There we go. You want your fish flaky and tender, so test for doneness. I think it is. Done. Out it comes, and onto the cheese, because I want that cheese to melt. That's when it's really good, when it's all gooey. Place your lid on top. Bing! At this time, we need to unplug our source of electricity, lest we burn down the whole dock. Time to try it. Oh man, this fish is so flaky, it's flaking off. It's delicious. So I hope you try the recipe. Give me a comment, let me know what you think, and what I should cook next. Subscribe to my channel so we can make more things with an iron, like Filet-O-Fish. If you've got an iron, you've got a meal.